One of the games I want to play tonight is the run balance playbook. We saw a lot of people run Singleback Jumbo. Now, I don't know their exact scheme, but I know that they use kind of the wide receiver wing package. They get a couple receivers out there. They pound the ball. They play good ball control offense and lock up on defense. And then there are some deep routes. So we are going to try the run balance for a game tonight. So right now, guys, this is the run balance playbook. It features this Singleback Jumbo Heavy. It's what we saw a lot of people run in Madden Bowl. I'm not going to try and recreate what they do. I'm not going to try and say that I'm the best at this, but I just wanted to show you this formation because it's the only formation in the game. So we're taking over on offense right here, and it's the Singleback Jumbo Heavy. And the best thing you can do is take a look at the right stick packages. You can see that there's a heavy package and a wide receiver wing package. We'll go over what those do. We're going to start by coming out in normal. And just call a stretch. So I've never run this formation, but I saw that it was very popular. A lot of people made good runs while they were using it. And we have a stretch to the edge, and Ricky Williams can't break away from Reggie Nelson, but I felt like we had a good chance to break that run. So obviously it's super beefy right now with who I have in the game, but we can go wide receiver wing. We can get Deion Sanders and DeAndre Hopkins in. So we would actually like to sub those guys out. Then heavy gets even more beefy, but we're going to come out in a weak toss rather than a stretch and see. It looks like the middle run is open, so we're going to go to a halfback dive because look how juicy the middle looks. And we didn't make a great cut. So now it is 3rd and 8, and we're going to stay in the wide receiver wing package. You see that they have the PA, counter waggle. They have tight end shake, tight end corners. Now I think the money play is going to be this tight end corners. It's got the most routes. So you see some really good routes here. I might slant B. The halfback's blocking for right now. He doesn't look like he's rushing many. So let's see if we could find a way. Got a dot. To Deion Sanders underneath. I'm using Tom Brady right now, but I think I'm going to want a mobile quarterback for this situation. So I'm going to use Randall Cunningham, and I'm going to go back to just the default package right now and call the halfback stretch. So we're going to come out in the halfback stretch. Remember, we can flip this by pressing X, our trigger. That flips it, and we didn't even have to let them know that we were flipping it because it's balanced, right? Right there, we tried to win a tackle battle, RB, but just didn't have, any luck. But I feel good about the stretch. I think it's really sealing the edge. And unless he's going to get his guys out wider, which case we would then go to the dive. So there you see him press up his guys. I think that's actually going to help us. I think that's going to let Poe get that block quicker. Yeah. And we're just one broken tackle against Reggie Nelson. We have Ricky Williams against Reggie Nelson, and we haven't gotten one broken tackle, even though we've tried to time 3 stiff arms. 3rd and 5. I could go back to the pass play, but I just feel like the run is there. And we're going to run it one more time. I just think David Johnson couldn't get it. We're going to go to the wide receiver wing package. I'm going to put Deion on an in. Deion was already on an in, but I'm going to put him on his own and smart route him. It's pretty much where he was, but let's do this. Good user. So I hit Deion Sanders on a slant last time, and that in right there is very similar to the slant, and they didn't give me that. Wow, that's tough. A smart routed in. I held A for possession, and I did not get the first down. So that's okay. I mix it up. Uh-oh, PA. Oh, good sack right there. Howie Long. And so back in the Jumbo Heavy, once again, in the run balance playbook, they also have Singleback Ace, Ace Twins, Ace Pair Twins, Slot Flex, Y Trips, and then Wing Trio. So those are your other options before you get into this playbook. We will also take a look at a few other plays. We're still in the wide receiver wing. We have some plays. We're going to look for Deion Sanders deep here or the drag underneath, depending on pressure. We did throw to X underneath, but we couldn't get out there. He did send a lot in the gun. The playbook only has 4 sets: split offset, doubles on, normal Y slot, and spread. So those are the 4 you got to live with, and then they also have a wildcat. But that's what can be tough about this playbook, if you think. Nope, not gonna work. So he sent more pressure, and we didn't have time to get the throw off, and now we're gonna have to punt. So yeah, many people use this leading into Madden Bowl, and they just had a good amount of success, and I felt like it was worth a shot to look into for an offense. There's Ricky. Give me 1 stiff arm. All right. So we stick with the run game there. You know, people have this tight end corners play. They love it. I'm still trying to figure it out. I'm doing, you know, injustice to this playbook, as people ran it much, much better than I do. And I'm not even really trying to recreate what they do or you know, or mix it up in any way. But I just want to see what it's all about, see what the craze is, and just show you guys that this one formation does indeed exist in this game, and only from one playbook is where you can find it. And I find stuff like that very interesting. Dallas Clark dropped that one. That's not it. And we just needed a block right there. I know I could have kept it in the middle, but I was assuming Peters was definitely going to get a block for us right there. The middle looks really open right now for a halfback dive, and that's what I'm going to try and do here. And Ricky cut that out to the right rather than going up the middle, or Kelsey there as well. Let's see what we can do. And the zone dropped back pretty deep because we had nothing underneath to keep it play. No! Dude, how is that not a user pick? Option, I'm prepared for read option. Our lives. How do you not just catch that on a dot? That's the play we missed earlier, so we threw it a little bit faster. Dot to Dion. Nope. This game, sometimes it's easy, sometimes it's hard. That was a horribly timed throw. I just panicked and threw it to Dion completely at the wrong time. 7 plays, 77 yards. Throw it away. Ball, no, I wanted that fumble. That's how you fight for some yards, and that's a normal run flow, right? Is that like, he's got the corner out there, and I gotta truck that cat. got to be LBA no pass lead. It's got to be LBA no pass lead. I just called a play I don't even know what play I called. And that's 2nd and inches. All right. So right there, I didn't call that play. This is not good. I don't have any timeouts. That's such a terrible way to lose a game. Like, that's so lame. So here's the plays that led to my undoing. 47 seconds left. We roll out of the pocket with Randall. We're running out of bounds. We get tackled out of bounds, but the clock keeps running. So the game's going to say that we're down in bounds. So the clock keeps moving. Now we run again with Randall Cunningham, and we feel good about picking up 10 yards. We slide, and we have to use our timeout. But since we had already used one because when we were in the red zone on defense last time, it didn't let us pick the right play. So now we're down to 1 timeout. We throw this route over here to the right side. So this was actually going to be a high point pass to Kelvin Benjamin, which I probably might have had if I had decided to throw it. Instead, we go to DeAndre Hopkins. We do the possession catch. Now it gives us 2nd and inches, and we use our last timeout. So what happened right here is when I came back to the huddle, you know you have to like button through stuff to get to the huddle. I just pressed A, but it was already back at the menu. So I didn't get to pick the play that I wanted, which I was going to go back to Kelvin Benjamin in the slot. But instead, you can see here, there's no routes in this split slot that are high point throws. So he is on a, so I was going to actually look out to the flat. Didn't see anything. I could maybe quick throw him to Dion. I was going to maybe throw like a high point fade, but that looked double covered. So I said, you know what? Kelvin Benjamin's still kind of on a route where I feel like I can high point. But Kelvin Benjamin, look where he was going to catch that. So you're Kelvin Benjamin, you're on that route. You're on this angle. And you're telling me you're going to high point. I asked for a high point. And you're going to just catch it in front of your face. That's not going to work. I need you to go up big for the rock. But his user did get there, but his user was very far up in the line. And his user is Reggie Nelson, who's not really like Cam Chancellor or tall. And his user didn't even have to jump. So his user never got his feet off the ground. So that means for the game, we threw a high point pass to 6'5" Kelvin Benjamin, but Reggie Nelson, standing on his tiptoes, picked it. Let me give my review to this playbook. I like it. I liked it a lot. Like I said, I wasn't really trying to run it based on what I saw people do in the challenge or in the event. Those people have their schemes, and there's hundreds of other ways to do schemes. I think this stretch could be effective. There was a lot of the times where I was one-on-one with, you know, that corner out there to the left, which looks like the Honey Badger, who would be a pretty good corner to have out there. But the fact that Battle Ready was not able to defeat Reggie Nelson with some stiff arms, then that's tough. That's tough sledding to get yards. We did have the one real deep throw to DeAndre Hopkins, which kind of opened up things. And there's some advanced concepts on this throw, on this play. You have the drag underneath, which he did a good job taking away. I mean, we have a touchdown right there. We should have just caught it in stride next time and instead of laying out. Just wanted to show you guys that Singleback Jumbo is out there, that you might face it. If you face it, don't panic. Just make sure you keep your guys wide, and then know that there's a lot of deep downfield routes. It's in a tough playbook if you don't want to run much else than that. I'm going to give it a 8 out of 10 for a scheme. I ran it like a 4 out of 10. I think it could be a 9 out of 10 in the right hands. So don't sleep on it. Don't sleep on it and expect to see it a little bit. Just wanted to get it out there. And you can use that wide receiver wing package with the right stick to get the right guys in the spot. I wouldn't keep, I think Hopkins and Sanders are good. I would use more of a mobile quarterback. And if you have any questions, let me know in the comments. Read in the chat right now, we're talking about it. And sounds pretty good.